Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. So today I have my cats picking my makeup. I mean, when you're stuck in the house this long, you have to come up with something. And I've actually seen requests or recommendations of this video along the way here and there for a while. So I figured I have the time, let me sit down, let my cats pick my makeup, and then we can get ready together. So if you want to see my kitties pick my makeup and then me have to go with whatever look they decide, then just keep watching. Alright, so let's go ahead and jump in. I will quickly say I totally forgot to have my cats pick a brow product, so I just went ahead and did my brows. I did use the concealer that they picked, which was the Jeffree Star concealer. I am going to kind of go out of order. I had them pick things in like logical order if you were going to do face first, so all the primers, etc. I'm going to switch gears. I'm going to go in with my concealer on my eyes, and then I'm going to use the palette that my kitty selected. I actually haven't used this one yet. The other ones were all palettes that I've used before, but they picked the brand new one, so I'm pretty excited about that. So I'm going to go ahead and just put some Jeffree Star concealer on my lids. I already have a little bit, but I wasn't focused on coating the lid of concealer. I'm going to blend it with just a beauty blender. I just grabbed whatever sponge I was feeling at the moment. Got my little Beauty and the Beast mirror. I got this from Hot Topic. It's from Loungefly. A lot of people ask me when they see this mirror where I got it from, but I just had to have it. Like the moment I saw it, I was like, absolutely, I have to have the Beauty and the Beast mirror. I'm gonna bring it in just a little bit more. My skin is extremely irritated lately, just like, it's just stress, and I've got redness, I've got breakouts, it's a whole thing. But let's not worry about that. We're gonna go in with our palette. So again, I haven't used this one. I love the Norvina shadows though. Like honestly, I want to get everything. I have the volume 1 mini, and then I have the volume, I think it's volume 3. It's the orange one that I have in the big one. But honestly, I'm tempted to just get them all because they're so pretty. I think I'm just going to go straight in because there's not a lot of like a neutral in here. I'm just going to go in with this like turquoise blue. That is B2. And I'm just going to go in with a fluffy brush and start to kind of pack it on. This is a Morphe E30. And I'm just going to start a little high on the crease. This brush is fluffy, but I'm just going to lightly pack it in first. Now you will get some fallout with these shadows, but it is just because they are so freaking pigmented. Like that comes with the territory in my opinion, but it's well worth it. You can honestly just do what I'm doing and do your eyes before face. Look how pigmented that is. That's crazy. Okay, so I'm gonna use the same brush with no extra product and begin to kind of buff, but I'm mainly just kind of spreading it in that general area. I'm not blowing it out just yet. So I'm gonna grab this Suva 460. It's a little fluffier, and with no product on it, I'm just gonna blend all the edges, doing sweeping and circular motion. I want to take this a little farther up, but obviously I've got it pretty close to my brow already, so just lightly buffing and blending. Lost a little pigmentation there, but you can still see that color is crazy. That really blended nicely. You can see how it spread so evenly. I'm going to take this. This is actually a little Profusion shadow brush. It's actually really nice. I think I'm going to take a little bit of this green right here. This one is C2. I'm going to start to place that a little lower into the crease. Focusing on the front here, and then I'm going to add another color through here. All right, one of my favorite brushes, the Morphe E17. I'm trying to decide, I just want to take one of these shades right here, and they're kind of similar. One's a little deeper. I think I'm going to go for the deeper one. That one is C1. And I just kind of packed. I got a little too excited and started blending, and I'm like, wait, hold up. I'm going to add a little more and go ahead and pack it right at that outer corner. There's still so many colors, but this glitter in the top row in the middle is calling my name. That's just A2, but it's like magical. I can't wait to use that. So I'm just kind of working towards adding that to my look, honestly. So I'm gonna step one brush back and blend right in the middle of my crease where those two colors are meeting. They're blending in nicely, but there's a little bit of like, I don't know, pickup. It's not enjoying the other colors. So I'm gonna take my blending brush. I look like Edward Scissorhands right now. I'm just gonna buff and blend everything. It's really melding together. Like once you do some blending, you are good to go. So at this point, I'm gonna pack a little bit more of that blue and then blend down. I just wanna make sure that the colors look absolutely seamless. I added just the tiniest bit there. You don't need a lot. Is anybody else eating like halos constantly? Just me. So I'm going to take a little bit of NYX glitter glue. Rather than cutting the crease, I think the glitter is going to do like enough for us, or we can keep this a little bit more simple. So this is what we're looking like. What do you guys think? I think it's beautiful. I'm going to take a little bit of that maroon shade and just press right on the edge of that glitter. Wow, I'm really loving this. So I'm going to match my other eye and then we'll come right back. All right, now that our eyes are on, I'm going to do some priming. So the kitties picked the CoverGirl True Blend Base Business Illuminating Primer. And then I also have the Winky Lux Whipped Cream Primer. Whipped cream? Yeah. I really like the CoverGirl ones. If you're in the market for affordable primers, they've really got something for everyone. They've got hydrating, illuminating, mattifying, pore filling, redness reducing, so many options. So really worth checking those out. We're primed. I always typically use two primers unless I'm in a rush. So this one is from Winky Lux. I love this one. So it looks like it's kind of a thicker formula, but this is like light as air. Whipped is the exact word to use for this one. It feels super, super light, but it does a great job of smoothing pores. So I take just a little bit, this is probably too much actually, and I start right on the nose, feeling right there, but then I also press it into my cheeks, and then if I have excess, I'll go over the chin area. So for foundation, they picked the Wet n Wild Photo Focus Dewy Foundation, and I have Rose Ivory in this one. I've only used this one, I believe, once or twice. Obviously, I haven't been doing my makeup as often lately, but I used this one in a review, one of my videos, I can't remember. So I'm just gonna use the paddle and put some on, you know? I'm just going to put a little bit up here. The Jeffree Star concealer is super, super light, and it always looks a little crazy when I first do it, but somehow it works out. I'm just going to go ahead and put a bunch on, you know? Why not? We've been missing the makeup, so now it's time to make up for it. Get it? And this one is a nice foundation. It's dewy finish, but it's not overly dewy. Like for me, I felt like this was a little bit more natural of a finish on me, especially once you do all your powder and all that. But a really nice foundation and super, super affordable. I have been getting some sun lately, but I've not purchased any new foundation. So this is gonna look a little bit light. Like honestly, it's not that far off, but it's a little bit light, so we will do some bronzing to kind of compensate for that. The concealer definitely is helping it look too light too, but those blended together really nicely. Sometimes if you put on that much concealer, like I went a little overboard, and then it dries down and then you try to put on foundation, sometimes it doesn't blend so well, but those actually did beautifully together, so a good combination. So back to concealer, Jeffree Star concealer, and mine is in the shade C2. I previously had C3 and it was a little yellow, so I ordered this one, but I honestly think the C3 is a better match for me depth-wise. Alright, so my kitties chose the Beauty Bakery Flower Setting Powder. I have translucent, so I'm going to dole out some powder. So I like to go ahead and do my lower lash line while that's kind of sitting there. So I'm going to take this Sephora Precision Shadow Brush, and I'm going to take this red down here. This one is C3. I'm going to pack that onto my brush. It's got a lot of pigment there, and I'm just going to smack it right under my lashes. And then I'm going to take this Suva Beauty 410, just a little bit bigger, a little fluffier, and start to blend that out. And then with that same brush, I'm going to take the pink in here. So this one is B3, and I'm going to go right underneath and then carry over right under my eye on the inner portion. I'm going to go ahead and dust off that powder. This is a featherweight blending brush. I don't think they make this one anymore, but it's not really good for much else. This one was a Sephora Pro. Great for dusting off bake though. Alright, so now what I'm going to do is just kind of press in my foundation anywhere that it may have creased a little bit. And I'm going to take this Kevyn Kwan loose powder brush and just kind of press. I'm going lightly everywhere else because you don't need much, but it is a little shiny of a foundation, so I'm just taking down that shine. And then what I like to do is just bare hands, just press and see if there's any tackiness anywhere that I might need a little extra powder before I blend any bronzers, contour, things like that. I felt a little tackiness along the jawline, and I know I want to do some contouring there, and then right along the hairline as well. Alright, I think we're good for powder. I know I'm still looking a little ghostly. Alright, so I want to go ahead and finish off my eyes before we move into the rest of my face and lips. So my kitties picked the Too Faced Better Than Sex liner. So I'm going to do a wing. I put different types of liners in there. One was just like a brightener. Two of them were just twist up ColourPop ones, and then this. So I didn't know what I was going to wind up with. I just randomly picked an assortment. So let's do some liner. So I did a little sharp wing. Actually turned out pretty good today, so I'm excited about that. My kitty cats have picked the ColourPop BFF Volumizing Mascara. Focus, focus, focus. I actually really liked this one at first, but I feel like the longer I use it, the more it flakes on me, and maybe it's just getting dry quickly. I don't know, but we're just gonna go in with a heavy coat. This actually reminds me a lot of Better Than Sex. Like, I feel like it's a pretty good dupe if you're looking for one. It's super affordable. Alright, we gave a good bit of volume, not as much lengthening as I personally like, and it can get a little tiny bit clumpy if you keep going and adding more volume. I did give myself a little smudge out here. We're gonna let that dry. For a face, my cats picked the Pacifica. This is a duo. I think I got this in a subscription bag. It's a blush and bronzer. And then the Nicole Guerrero Glow Kit. This was from the first time around, but I honestly haven't used it all that much. I'm probably really in the minority, but I feel like their highlights are kind of chunky, and they can look really pretty, don't get me wrong, but they do tend to emphasize texture on me. At any rate, we're gonna go with it. It's still a beautiful highlight. So I'm gonna go in with this bronzer from Pacifica. I'm going to use this on the Too Faced Mr. Right brush. This is just like a great do-it-all brush. I had options that had an actual contour shade. This was just one that just had the bronzer, so we're just going to go with it and blend it down. It's fine. I'm going to take this kind of far down the forehead and do a little bit of extra blending because that concealer is light around my brows, so I want to make sure it looks kind of seamless. I'm not all about that like really noticeable concealer around the brows. I hate that. Some people just think that you just throw the concealer around the brow and you're all good. I'm like, girl. I'm going in pretty heavy with the bronzer because, like I said, my foundation and concealer were a little light for me, so this may take a little bit of building and blending to make it look a little bit more natural because right now it looks like bronzer on absolute paleness. See if I can get this mascara off. Great success. This is Sephora Pro Featherweight Crease. Do a little nose. Okay, so this isn't ideal for me for my bronzer contour situation. I feel like I'm looking a little odd. I typically go for, you know, a dedicated bronzer and a dedicated contour just for my skin personally, but we're making it work. All right, I'm gonna go into the blush that's from this little duo. This is a sculpting blush brush from Sephora Pro, and taking that blush on the apples and blending back. All right, time to highlight. I feel like I look weird. Okay, whatever. I'm gonna quit looking at it. I think I'm going to take maybe Kitty Cat, the top left one. Yeah, I think I'm gonna go with that. I'm so disappointed right now because the glitter on my eyelid is creasing up a little bit, and that's so sad. Maybe it's the glitter glue and it doesn't combine well. Popping a little bit more on. Can you see the difference? I hate the idea of that glitter not being good because it's so pretty. Okay, highlight is definitely glowy. I do feel like my texture is emphasized a little bit, but we're gonna let it go. I've got the Pixie Makeup Fixing Mist to set my makeup. Oh my god, that was like a heavy spray in one spot. I'm surprised that didn't just like tear my makeup up. Oh my god. Hey, I was too close, but this is not spraying well at all. It's like a stream. Okay, it's trying. Oh my god. Wow. I've used this before and it sprayed fine, like it's spraying okay right now. Sorry, I was not expecting that. Wow. I'm gonna gently take a little clean side of my sponge, and I've got a flake that is now smudging. My concealer is screwing up. I've got this little like disturbed area. I don't know if you guys can see. That spray was just too much. Let's go ahead with the lip. They picked the Carity matte lipstick, and this shade is called Tick Tick Boom. I think this is more of a dark red. We're gonna see. Let's see how it looks. Alright, so here is my completed look. The kitties definitely went for it today. They picked something a little bit more dramatic. I wouldn't typically pair an eye like this with a lip like this, but I mean, I don't think it's too bad. They actually did a pretty decent job. I did go ahead and add a little bit of gloss. I just felt like my lip was doing too much, so I added a little MAC Dazzle Glass. This is the shade Prancin' Dancin'. Prancin' Dancin', look at that nail. If I hadn't had that little setting spray disaster, this makeup would actually look pretty darn good. And I don't typically contour with bronzer, but it turned out really nicely. That Pacifica is actually pretty nice. It blends nicely as well. And I will say this, the highlight too, after a little setting spray and a little manipulation, actually looks pretty smooth on the skin. So this is the makeup look that my cats picked for me. What do you guys think of the finished look? I love the eyes. I'm so sad that this glitter is not behaving the way that I would like it to. It's creasing up a little bit, but overall I'm really happy with my makeup. Let me know what you think about this overall look. Would you change the lip with this eye? I mean, I'm feeling like I need to change it. That's just me personally, but overall I'm impressed. My cats are pretty good at picking makeup. It's only fitting that Tina say goodbye. So Tina, we're gonna go, and she says please subscribe and please like the video and give her mom, oh, I just did my makeup. She likes to clean me. Makeup is dirty in her mind. So pretty. So she said please give her mom some love and keep supporting the channel so we get plenty of treats and food and toys. All right? Okay. So thank you guys for watching. I hope you enjoyed, and I will see you soon in my next video. Bye.